So on yesterday's video, I gave the appearance that I had stepped over a running power takeoff shaft. Not so. Not so at all. I would never do that. I would never ever do that. I have great respect for power takeoff shafts. There is a space that's about 3 feet behind the pump where you can step over top of your hitch. Nowhere near the power takeoff shaft. I swear. Promise. I'll show you sometime.
It actually is. You can go faster. Let's go back and forth.
Over the Hinniker. That's what you sang to Timothy.
Huh?
When the sun goes down. That's what you say to Timothy.
I sang that?
Yeah. When you were in Maryland.
I think it's because it's the outside ground and it's wet yet. And I'm not gonna bail the outside ground.
Turning is always a bitch.
That'll shred the piss out of that stuff, and not only will it look better, it'll keep it.
I can't believe they didn't do this one. I mean, look how nice those grass were.
Well, I could talk to you about this if you didn't have the camera going, because we don't want to offend certain idiots in the neighborhood. That worked out really good. It's, you know, where he runs it over with the tractor, because you got to run it over. I'm leaving strands. They're running 1,000 pounds right now, but I don't know. It's still regulating. That's a long bale there.
Yeah, that is a long one.
Yeah. A long bale. I got Grant going to come over and brush hog by the red barn. The hunting club wanted it to be brush hogged. Can you please brush hog that one? Yeah, I'll brush hog it off. Not by me, don't matter. Francocious ran over, went across that place out in front with that 3-wheeled sprayer. Yeah, drove right through where Tim's corn was supposed to be, or whatever. I think Tim ought to go out there with a plow and plow that son of a bitch up. Plant it. Fence row, make Frank go the driveway like everybody else does.
Oh, it made that again.
Yeah, there's definitely. Yeah, I know. When it beeps, that's when it's screwing up. Yeah. But I'll put fertilizer on this and 2,4-D to kill that damn sticker bushes. So that's right. So I guess I should probably talk about this 4910 Heston. I don't think it's supposed to look like this at all. No, it's not supposed to look like this. Okay, so these will have to be cut off. Here's this, the upside downy, sprayer, spreader cart. He moved this here 4 inches ahead, so I'm a little bit worried he's going to have a little bit of a problem, but you know what? I don't think he will, because he's doing a good job. He is doing a good job. It's upside down, obviously. The spring shackles, all the bits and parts and pieces here. What the fuck is this? Oh, I know what this is. I know exactly what that is. Huh. have new shafts and stuff. So yeah, all right. We got good bits and pieces. All this stuff. So if he has moved this 4 inches ahead and this piece doesn't line up, I'm going to have him cut a piece out of the center and take it off the old one and stretch it 4 inches so that it works. But yeah, I really need. Oh, we got a hitch on there now. I do really need to get this thing in the field, so he's going to have to hurry up.
Okay, so to the very many of you that hate the mirror that's off to the side or the wiper blade in the back, I don't farm in the rain, and that mirror isn't hurting anything. So it's going to stay just the way it is, just to annoy you people. Okay, do you ever use anhydrous ammonia, Captain Quint? When I was a kid, my mom and dad, my grandparents, they used anhydrous ammonia. And there were a few incidences where people got a breath of that anhydrous, because you got to talk about 45 plus years ago, they were using this stuff, and they decided that it just wasn't worth it. It took a lot of lime because it's very acidic, and it actually my father has lung damage because of it, and my aunt almost died from it. She was coming across the field, started getting lightheaded. My grandfather reached down and grabbed her up and put her up on the tractor seat because she was succumbing to the fumes. So anhydrous left this farm 45 years ago. I do remember a little bit of it, the big tanks and the vapor coming off of it, and my mom shuttling us away when Dad was filling the tanks. But yeah, I would love to use anhydrous, but it's hard to get here. Chris asks, I can't believe you're using 2,4-D. That was banned in Australia back in the 1970s. Why aren't you using Roundup? I hope your son William isn't in the tractor while you are spraying. William is A, not in the tractor while I'm spraying. 2,4-D is not banned in the United States. Roundup kills everything. I don't want to kill my crop. I just want to kill the weeds that are in my crop. So I hope I answered your questions. 2,4-D is still here. We've used dicamba, which is 3,6-D or Banville, and that works okay. But if you got soybeans anywhere within a few miles, it's fucked up. So there's a lot of disrespectful people here talking about giving my wife the big D, and that's unacceptable. Please stop doing things like that. I will block you, because what happens between me and Teresa is pretty much between me and Teresa. Mitchell Rogers, what do you prefer, a John Deere with a power shift or a quad range? Well, I prefer the power shift over the quad range any day of the week. Reliability, reliability of the power shift is really good. I've had 3 power shift tractors. I've rented 2. And I've owned the 4960. Now, I had a failure in the 4960. It was cheaper to replace the entire power shift pack at $12,000 than it was to rebuild the quad range in the 4450. So power shift over that, and IVT overall. I love the IVTs. They just, hands down, the best transmission out there. As far as I'm concerned, they just, variable rates. You can go from 0.02 miles per hour up to 32. Rodney Jones asks, how many units of N do you put to your hay? Approximately 70 units of nitrogen. I had another question. I don't see it here, but I will answer that one as well. A unit of nitrogen is actual pound. It's a pound. So if there's 100 pounds of product, it's 32% nitrogen is what I'm putting down. It's, out of that 100 pounds, I'm putting 32 pounds or 32 units of actual nitrogen solution down. So there you go. I'm putting approximately 70 pounds of actual nitrogen to the acre, or 70 units. Grows a good crop. And I found that to be probably the most economical for production. And then I'll come back in the summertime, later in the summer, and put down a blend. So I get my P and K in there as well. So, yeah, that's what I do. So for the most part, I put on, we don't need much phosphate. It's usually sulfur. Ammonium sulfate is what I put down. Ammonium sulfate and potash down in the Midsummer. There you go, for the second cut. Bob Ferranti. I absolutely love the two of you together. You guys are great and perfectly matched. Wes, have you thought about a tracked tractor instead of one with tires? Yes, but in hay production, when you make the corners, tears the end of the field all to bits. That's why I have the tandem axled balers, because the rear axle steers, and it actually steers around the field, and it doesn't leave a mark in the field. And thank you for saying that about me and Teresa. I really do appreciate that, because that's pretty much how I feel too. Okay, Wayne Rogers. Wes, LMAO, at your woman with the brothel skit. That was priceless. Her sister actually called her and says, "What's the matter with you? You don't know what a brothel is? Don't you read romance novels?" And she's like, "I don't have time to read romance novels. What the hell? I don't sit around on my ass all day." It was funny. I'm sure in Tagalog, which is her native tongue, she would know exactly what I said. I don't know the word for brothel or whorehouse in Tagalog. I mean, I know what whore is, and I don't think I really want to use that word on here because some people would think less of me. Okay. All right. Here we go. If y'all want to buy me a new mirror, they come in sets, right and left-hand sets. The mirror on the right-hand side is broke. The one on the left-hand side is just missing. So, you want to buy me one? Contact me at onelonlyfarmer@yahoo.com. I will give you my address, and you can send me wiper blades and mirrors, okay? Wiper blades and mirrors, because all the bitching, complaining, and carrying on does nothing for my wiper blade or my mirrors. So put your money where your mouth is. Email me at onelonlyfarmer@yahoo.com and send me something.